Good morning, students. Today we will discuss about the topics in the aquatic biology, Unit 2, especially Unit 2 ma. In the Unit 2, we are already completed the topics, that is the origin and the classification of lakes. Lake is an ecosystem, and next one the morphometry of lakes and what are the physico-chemical characteristics of a lake. Okay, these topics are already discussed ma, and today in this session we will go to discuss about the topic, that is okay ma, nutrient cycle. What is meant by nutrient cycle? What are the nutrients which are available in our environment, right? In our environment we are already discussed that ma, have the knowledge about that both this terrestrial region and another one is the aquatic region. In the terrestrial region, the nutrients are available in the formation of which are degradable and reaches at these soil formation. Okay, they are occurs in the formation of the elements, essential elements that are chemicals. Essential elements are chemicals. These chemicals are such as nitrogen, okay, N2 formations. Next one is phosphorus, and next one is sulfurs, and next one nitrogen, phosphorus, sulfurs, and here carbon. Okay ma, the carbon also one of the most important element, phosphorus, sulfur, nitrogen, okay, calcium. These are the macro elements which are most important to growth of the organisms or the life. Okay ma, each in the terrestrial mode of life, these elements or these chemicals, okay ma, elements or the chemicals are essential for the growth of plants, okay, especially plants. These plants act as the producers in the ecosystem. These are the essential chemicals, those nitrogen, phosphor, sulfur and the carbon, okay, and next one there is oxygen under the water molecules, so and so. These are all especially these are most important to know about the cycles, okay. That's why here the plants are grow by using of these essential chemicals on the terrestrial mode of life. If the plant is grown, right now, and can give some fruits or some of the leafy vegetables is there. Their leaves are consist of some carbohydrates and some proteins, some essential vitamins also be present inside of the producers. Okay, these producers are one of the best food resources of the primary consumers, right now. These primary consumers also known as the herbivorous animals. These herbivorous animals are the one of the best food resources of the secondary consumers, whereas these are called as the carnivorous organisms, right now. In these carnivorous organisms are again one of the food resources of the tertiary consumers. That is the omnivorous organisms which are eat both these plants and animals. Okay, either these are carnivorous or the herbivorous. Both are eaten by the another organisms. Those are simply called here the tertiary consumers. Right? In this section, this is a terrestrial mode. Okay, in the terrestrial model, the atmosphere where the resource of these elements in the atmosphere, okay, the nitrogen is found in the 71%, which is the biggest element occupied in the atmosphere. Already we have discussed that when we are going at the oxygens, the oxygen percentage is 21. Okay, ma? And here the 78, approximately 78% of the nitrogen is occupies on the atmosphere. Oxygen is just 21, where the carbon dioxide percentage is 0.03% available in the atmospheric conditions. Okay, that's why these nitrogen, how to reach the ground or the soil or the terrestrial, how it reaches the soil, and what are the forms. Directly we can't take the nitro. These are simply the formation of nitrites, nitrates, and most of they are formed in the animals or the plants on the ammonium or the ammonium salt, so and so. Okay, ma, this is about the terrestrial. Okay, they are fixed by in the soil or on the land or in land. Okay, ma. And next one is the aquatic mode. In the aquatic terrestrial regions, aquatic regions, okay, aquatic mode of life. These nitrates, how they are formed, the essential elements, how they are occurs in the formation. But because we are studying the aquatic biology, that's where the nutrient cycle, how it is dissolved in the water. Right now, these nitrates in the formation of the atmospheric conditions, which are nitrogen is available in the form of nitrate. Okay, this is runoff, the floods, where the floods or the running of water, runoff water or water currents. Okay, ma. And another one is the rainwater. Okay, and some these rainwater floods both all are run above the dead decomposed animals or organisms, right? Dead and decomposed organisms, when are they completely drive on the raining water, and this rainwater slowly enters into the lake or ecosystems. Okay, ma'am. Lake ecosystem, this water is enters. Okay, which water is now consists of high nitrogenous bases. Okay, and in the aquatic regions, this is the littoral zone. In the littoral zone, the herbs and shrubs is also be there. In the shore of the lake, the plants is also be there. The leaves are fall down on the water surface, and the phytoplanktons and some of the zooplanktons and some large fishes are also be there. Some other keel-like fishes is there, and the ducks and frogs. Okay, such a type of organisms are slowly within they dead, and they are reached at the bottom. And these, when they are reached at the bottom of the pond, the dead and decay organisms are they slowly converted their internal body or internal organic matter. An organic condition of the matter can be turned into the organic compounds. Those organic compounds are reaches at these land or the main bottom of the sea, and these can be helpful to the growing of the phytoplanktons. Isn't it, ma'am? Right? In the terrestrial mode, we always see certain nitrogenous cycles. Okay, here what is meant by nutrient cycles? What are the nutrients? Right, nutrients are nothing but here which are available in our circumstances. Those are helpful for the growth of life. Such elements are called as nutrients. Why we call them as nutrient cycles? Here the geology, where there is earth layers and the aquatic bottom layers and the atmospheric conditions, these are all dependent on the organisms. Okay, either organisms are directly or indirectly depend on these abiotic factors. That's why the cycling process of these nutrients in a mode of the life, it is known as simply biogeochemical cycles. nutrient cycle is also called as biogeochemical cycle. Why? Because bio means organisms are involved here. That life, plants and animals are all included here. Where the geo means the earth layers and the aquatic substratums also consist of the rock erosions, volcano eruptions, volcanic eruptions occurs in the geo. And chemical, here what are the nutrients? For example, protein. The fundamental basic units of proteins are nothing but the amino acids. So what the amino acid is there? Okay, the nitrogen. Amino acids. For example, NH2, NH3 and NH4, ammonium chloride in the salt formations. Okay, ma. This ammonium is available in their salt formations. And next here the sodium chlorides. And next one the phosphorus, which are present in our bones. Phosphorus. Okay, and the carbon. Carbon is one of the most important chemical element. Why? Because this carbon is formed. Most of these organisms, C, N, H, O, these four elements made up of the organisms in our body also. Okay, ma. Carbon, carbohydrates, proteins, water molecules, oxygen levels. So these are essential to lead a life in a proper manner, right? That's why these are the chemical. These processes occur in the atmosphere in a cyclic process. That's why in the atmosphere condition, here the sun is there, ma. This sun can produce the universal energy resources coming from the sun only. Universal free energy coming from sun only. And here the clouds formations is there, ma. Some of the rainy seasons, the lightning, the thunders are produces. Here the lightning also one of the important process which is helpful the atmospheric nitrogen into formation of the nitrates or nitrites. Okay, when this is also one of the process of the nutrient cycle, especially the nitrogen cycle. Okay, ma'am. This lightning process are also helpful. And next one here the plants. These plants are absorbing through their root systems. These nitrates are entered into their growing, helpful to the growing of the trees. And here the organisms. For example, here a human being is there, is can dead. Okay, the dead and decomposed body will be slowly enter into the earth layers, and it is slowly enters into the atmospheric conditions. That's when this is the cycling process. Of the nutrients. That's why this is simply known as a biogeochemical cycles. These are essential for the lead a life of the organism. So that's why these are simply known as a nutrient cycles. For example, in a small nutrient, nitrates are less in manner. Okay, these nitrates are less in the ground or in the soil. The plant's growth will not be the plant growth is not in a correct formation. Some plants shows their deficiency of these elements in their leaves. Some rust formation of dots, or some plants are not growing their proper height in the taking of the time or the period of the time. They can't show in a good growth. That's why every element is essential in their proper percentages. Okay, ma'am. Every element is essential in their proper development or proper growth. This is known as a minimum levels of nutrients. The minimum levels of nutrients are more important to grow every organism, either these are plants or animals or the human beings. Right now, let us discuss about this nitrogenous cycle. In the nutrient cycle, the first one is the nitrogen cycle. Isn't it clear, ma? Either land, terrestrial mode, or the water, the aquatic regions, both the regions, the nitrogen is important and play an important role in the growing of the plants and animals. I am left to draw the simple diagram which is about the nitrogenous, right? That one simply in the aerial nitrogen is there, ma? Aerial, the atmospheric nitrogen, that is atmospheric nitrogen is N2 formation. This N2 formation we are also write to NO2, NO3 and sometimes N2 it is also B. Okay, these forms are available. Most of these form is available, that is 78% of aerial nitrogen. This aerial nitrogen when can useful to with the help of nitrogen fixation, bacteria's nitrogen fixations. With the help of nitrogen fixation, these can converted into the organic nitrogens. Organic nitrogen. These organic nitrogen can modify by the decaying, right now, decay causes, which are the shows the action of the detrivorous animals. Detrivorous animals which are decomposing the dead bodies of the either plants or the animals. They are converted into the ammonia. These ammonia now converted into in the nitrification formations. Nitrification forms. Okay, in the NO2 forms, these are slowly enters into the first they are formed as the nitrates. The next nitrites, NO3 trites, NO2 nitrate. Okay, these nitrate ions. Nitrate, excuse me, nitrite ions. Okay, NO3 mentioned is nitrite. Okay, these are under lightning process, and another one is the rock dissociation. Here the rock associations, right, ma'am? And these NO3 now converted into the aerial nitrogen. The aerial nitrogen are simply denitrification formation. Denitrification. Okay, in this formation, this is a simple nitrogen cycle. This is a nitrogen cycle. How we explain about these terms, right, ma'am? The nitrogen is one of the important element which occupies the highest percentage on the atmospheric condition. 78% in the formation of N2 formation is only available, but it is when combined with the oxygen in the formations, nitrates and nitrites formations. Here the first one is the atmospheric conditions, the lightning. Okay, ma? When the clouds, the rainy season, the lightning is occurs, automatically the atmospheric nitrate is converted into the nitrites. Okay, and the rock dissociations. Okay, when the man-made activities they can use to destroying the rocks. Okay, this destroying of the rocks, the nitrogen is elevated to the atmospheric condition. These nitrogen fixation and they are converted into organic nitrogen, and where the plants and animals is there, ma? These ammonia. There ammonia is there, ma? These ammonia can changes their form into the nitrification forms and converted first they are converted formation. The ammonia to forming of these nitrate and nitrates is known as nitrification. This nitrification under the help of Nitromonas bacteria. Nitrification. This nitrification is caused under the help of nitrogenous bacteria. Nitrogenous bacteria. Those are simply here in the plants. In the plants, that is the simple one, Azotobacterium, Clostridium, okay, Azotobacterium, and another one is Rhizobium bacteria, which lives in the root nodules of Leguminaceae, higher plants now. Leguminaceae family plants, which means the pea, groundnut plants, beans. These are the example. Groundnut plants, Khazanas. So etc. Such type of nitrification we are observed in the atmosphere. Especially this is a root system of the plants. Right now, organic nitrogen. This organic nitrogen can used by the nitrofixation formations by the help of nitrogenous bacteria. These nitrogenous bacteria are nothing but the Azotobacterium or the Rhizobiums. Especially these Rhizobiums are live in the root nodules of the Leguminaceae family plants. Right now, and their fixation is in the soil. For example, I am drawing a simple diagram here. Okay, this is the roots, mother root, and next root formation. They are the nodules, root nodules. In the nodules, the Rhizobium bacteria is present, and it fixes the atmospheric N2 is converted into the NO2s, NO3s, and next to the formation of NH3s. Right now, and next here, another one that is simply here, the bacterial oxidation. The bacterial oxidation occurs on the nitrosomonas, nitrogen bacterial oxidations. Okay, here for example, another simple one is, okay, is it okay, ma? Atmospheric nitrogen is converted by the nitrogen fixation process and converted into organic nitrogen. This is organic nitrogen. For example, here the plants are, one of the organism is plant, and another organisms are here. Okay, plants, and next one animals. Okay, the earth animal. For example, this is a rabbit. Okay. This is rabbit. This is the animal. These both are ongoing. What the process is? Dead. Their death is occurs. These are decomposed, and the decay is causes and to form in the soils or earth into the nitrates, ammonia formation. This is slowly another nitrification formation. These are converted into N2, NO2, NO3, NO3. This slowly they are converted in the atmospheric condition as a N2 formation. This is in a cyclic process. That's why they are simply called them as a nitrogenous nutrient cycle. Nitrogen nutrient cycle. Why? Because nutrient cycle, this nitrogen is more and more important to growing of the organisms, either those are plants or the animals. Why? Because we are indirectly dependent on the phototrophic animals, right now. And the aquatic mode, the water is also consists of these nitrogens in the form of nitric acids, HNO3. right ma? HNO3s, nitric acid. So it is also dissolved in water and it is also essential for the growth of phytoplanktons. And these phytoplanktons are also one of the most important food resources to the zooplanktons, and the zooplanktons body will be grown by the depend upon these nitrogens. Okay, amino acids, NH2, the protein. Amino acid formations, amines, these are formed as an important proteins, right ma? And here one more thing is there ma? Nitrogen cycle. Okay, dead and decay organisms, these both plants and animals undergo, and their action is going on. Here, the direct lightning process, the thundering process is occurs without adding up any organisms. This is known as a denitrification. Okay, decomposition. So the denitrification means where the dissociations of the nitrates and they are converted simply into the nitrite forms. This is known as nitrification. Okay, ma? Complete process. Here, this nitrogenous and bacteria, and also they are helpful, especially these Azotobacterium, Clostridium and Rhizobium. Okay, and the environment is also helpful to fixation of the nitrogen in this. And one of the important resource, the human are used in fertilizers, especially the growing of NPK. Most of the farmers used the fertilizer that is NPK, which means nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. Nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium, they can use a good manure to the plant growth. In the farmers, the most use this NPK. If the farmer can use more and more fertilizers in their agriculture fields, okay, in the rainy seasons, these are totally dissolved in water and reaches the which is nearly by the water bodies, which causes the eutrophications also. Okay, now the nitrogens are dissolved and the water content contains shows as the high nitrification values. Okay, this is the nutrient cycle. In the nutrient cycle, we have completed the first one, that is the nitrogenous nutrient cycle. Okay, ma? Later we will discuss that the sulfur and the water cycle and the carbon cycle is also is there. Thank you.